leaders, you see, there seems to be something important about the third day. An African proverb says, treat your guest as a guest for 2 days. Then on the third day, give him a cutlass. Well, this is your third day at the African Women in Media Summit 2021. I can't guarantee that this job will be open to you as a guest tomorrow, which is the fourth day. In fact, at the close of the summit, you'd be sent forth back into the field, the studio, the newsroom, and the classroom to practice what you have learned today. Okay, let me remind you that the theme for this year is resilience, which is only shown through practice. Dear African queens from the land of the sun, Sawubona, Epuseni, Wamukelekile. Well, for those of us who don't understand isiXhosa, that is the Xhosa language. Good morning and welcome to day 3 of the African Women in Media Summit 2021. Thank you again to our guests, speakers, panelists, sponsors, and observers for returning. It shows something good is going on here. My name is Mercy Frank, and I will be your guide for today. For the past 3 days, women in the industry have been going through the process of learning, unlearning, and relearning, thanks to the AWIM team. Before we go into the details of what we have here today, let us do a recap for the past 2 days. Monday began on such a strong note as we learned how to build resilience from ladies who are walking the talk. That is from Fatiswa Mangopeni, Dr. Sarah Macharia, and Lena Atala. We also got the opportunity to meet new women doing awesome things in their communities during the speed networking session. Then we also had the breakout session where the following topics were discussed, like reporting and investigating protests, women and information disorder, how intertwined they are, the impact of COVID-19 on media. We talked about women, media, and development. And as if that was not enough, Rona Meyer and Farah Warner brought in their years of experience to teach on using solutions journalism approach in reporting issues bothering women. That was for day 1. We returned the next day, which is day 2, kicking off on such a powerful note as Faril Hafaji and Pamela Sitoni crunched decades of experience into a 1-hour storytelling time to empower, inspire, and help guide women in the right direction to succeed in their career despite the barriers that are often in their faces. And ladies who were here yesterday would agree with me that it was a no-holds-barred session. I mean, it was a brutally honest session, and we left it better. Well, aside that, there were also breakout sessions where specific topics were discussed, like infodemic in media, the continuation, gender sensitivity in the long-term perspective, sustainable journalism, effective science communication, how everyone can benefit. We also took a look at, I beg your pardon, media representation, developing gender policies, breaking barriers for women in journalism, inclusion, as well as fact-checking. There was also a speed networking session, and this is why I appreciate AWIM for being a platform for women in the media in the continent to meet each other and hopefully collaborate immediately or in the future with people who you probably wouldn't have found it very easy to connect with in the first place. Well, there will be another opportunity to do that today. But first, let us get into the business of today. There is a twist to today's start. We will begin at the summit with AWIM 2021 Pitch Zone Awards. That gives an opportunity for journalists to pitch for stories and get funding. This is powered by African Women in Media and the African Union, as well as the Women in News. If you've always wanted to do a pitch and get funding to tell impactful stories, you should keep your eyes and ears glued to what we have here today. Aside to that, there will be 3 powerful breakout sessions, and the following topics will be discussed: media and technology. This is a very important subject matter that we're taking a look at today. Also, media and the environment, and then media changing the narrative on violence against women and girls, and also leadership and diversity in media, as well as building communities That's not all. The third breakout session will focus on podcasting and women in Africa, funding, gender and media development. We also look at media scholarship in Africa and also gender policy in the newsroom, among others. Now, to attend any of the sessions, please click on the link attached to it or check your email for the link that will be sent to you or the link that will be dropped in the chat box. And click on it, it will take you directly to the group. Should you have any difficulty, just message me or any of the AWIM officials by tapping on the message button at the bottom of your screen for smartphone users, because that's where you can ask the organizers for anything. And for those viewing on the laptop, click on Engage a Network at the top of the window and draft your messages. Let us spread the messages to social media users. Hashtag AWIM21, that is hashtag AWIM21. Follow the African Women in Media on all social media platforms, as the conversation does not end with this summit. I would like to remind you that there will be translations of all the sessions in French and Arabic. In AWIM 2021, no one is left to walk alone. Great. Let's set the ball rolling with the opening remark of the co-founder of the African Women in Media, Dr. Yemisi Akimbobola. Hello, Yemisi. Good morning.
Good morning, Mercy. Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. And thank you all for joining us again for another brilliant day of AWIM 21. Thank you all for your active participation over the last 2 days. Day 3 and the final day of AWIM 21 is here. And we're starting with the Agenda 2063 African Women in Media Awards. Many of you submitted your story ideas and project pitches to the 5 categories that we have this year. And I am again grateful for the support of the African Union for partnering with us for the awards. Yesterday, like Mercy said, started with another big bang with Pamela Sitone interviewing Ferial Hafaji. And the audience interactions on Zoom and on Twitter were just amazing. Twitter was literally on fire. And as we begin another day of interactions and empowerment, I want to remind us of something that Ferial said yesterday. She said, rejection and failure is a part of life, but don't you let it stop you. So some really encouraging and powerful words from Ferial. Yesterday's Zoom, with all its interruptions, showed up again. Apologies again, but we thank you all for your patience. If you do encounter this again today, if you have any sessions that abruptly end, please to just simply re-enter the room by clicking the same link that you entered the room with in the first place. It happened a couple of times yesterday due to internet drops in some of our locations. So thank you again for your patience. For those of you who were unable to join us for the opening remarks yesterday and on Monday, I did announce 2 projects that AWIM will be launching in the new year. So I'm going to announce them again now for those of you who were not able to join us for those opening remarks. The first one is our partnership with the United Nations Environmental Programme in Africa to launch the Africa Environmental Journalism Programme. And that program is underpinned by the Africa Green Stimulus Program and the United Nations Framework for the Convention on Climate Change. And it will see us invite journalists from all over the continent and content producers to pitch environmental stories focused on Africa, especially the gendered aspect of environmental issues. And the journalists who are commissioned through this pitching process will have access to training as well as producing quality content. And we will also be inviting media partners from organizations who want to have access to these quality environmental stories. Now, given the global conversations around the environment, it is a timely and very important project, and it makes sure that women's voices and broader environmental challenges facing Africa are not forgotten in that media discourse. So we're really grateful to UNEP for supporting African women journalists in this way. And as I mentioned on Monday, we are also hiring an editor to lead this project. And so we invite you to apply for that. My colleague Joy is going to be sharing the link in the chats later on, and we'll also have the link available on WOVA. We will be discussing more about the project later on. There's a session immediately after the awards this morning on media and the environment, which we'll hold, like I said, straight after this session. So please do join us so that you can hear more about the project and also about the important issues around environmental journalism in Africa. The second project that will be announced was on reporting women's rights graduate training scheme. So we are starting this graduate training scheme in partnership with For Your Media Institute. And essentially, we'll be nurturing new graduates, journalism graduates, on reporting on women's rights and media in Africa. And so those graduates who will join us for a year, they'll be supported through a stipend and mentoring for the period that they're with us. So again, like with the UNEP project, we are looking for someone to help us lead this project as program officer and editor. So please do apply for these roles. We are grateful to UN Women for partnering with us to host one of our panel discussions this morning, and that's going to be on changing the narrative on violence against women and girls. This will be a very interactive session, so I do encourage all of you to attend, and we're going to have breakout rooms so that we really gather your expertise and your histories, your stories, your best practices on reporting on issues relating to violence against women and girls. So that session is going to take place at 1:30 Central Africa time this afternoon. So please join us for this very important conversation. There's a number of sessions today that you should definitely check the agenda and add to your schedule. And we'll end the day with 3 roundtable discussions, one on gender and media scholarship in Africa. So in that roundtable, we're looking at the gaps and the opportunities for us to build on what we have achieved in gender and media academic research on the continent. And the second one is around gender policies in newsrooms, again, building on the workshops we had yesterday and all the discussions we had around gender policies, and really an opportunity to look at not just how to develop these policies, but how do we implement them. And so we have some amazing speakers from all over the continent sharing their best practices on that. And finally, the third roundtable, it's again around media, gender, and development agendas. So looking at the relationship between the media and development agendas, particularly when it comes to gendered issues. So again, these are interactive sessions with breakout rooms. Everybody, speakers and attendees, are going to get the opportunity to speak and to share and to contribute to these discussions. And hopefully what we want to get out of these roundtables are projects, right? Projects that we collaborate with you on. And we also want to get publication out of these roundtables as well. So please do attend them. We want your inputs to look at the challenges and the solutions for each of these subject areas. So again, please do check your schedule for the rest of the day and remember to add it to your agenda. If you do get any Zoom interruptions, whether the session cuts out, please do just re-enter the room with the same link. So thank you once again for being here. I'll now hand over to Mercy so that we can get this year's Agenda 2063 African Women in Media Award started. Have a great day, everybody, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yemisi, for that beautiful opening remark. What's the point of being alive if you do not try to do something remarkable? I stumbled on these words while surfing the internet a few days ago, and it made me pause and rethink my life, my work, and how much impact I am making in my community. Another quote says, if you want to change tomorrow, you have to do something different today. Well, some of us here have decided to make change tomorrow by telling a story today. And they are proof of what a managing director of Time magazine, Henry Grunwald, said, that journalism can never be silent. And that is its greatest virtue and fault. It must speak immediately, while the echoes of wonder and the claims of triumph and the signs of horror are still in the air. These ones made through the words of the late Maya Angelou that there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story of you. This is how we segue into the AWIM 2021 pitch. So to defend those stories in front of judges for a chance to get funded to develop and produce the stories in a collaborative effort of the African women in the media and the AU. So let's welcome the head of comms at the African Union Commission, Win Musabayana, to guide us through the session. Hello, Win.
Hello everyone. I hope that you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Could you please activate your video, ma'am, so we can see you too?
Okay. That's me. You can see me now.
Not yet.
Just tell me when you can see me so I can start.
Okay, we can see you, but go ahead, ma'am.
All right. I think what I will do is perhaps just give some introductory remarks and then proceed on to the ceremony. So I'm speaking on behalf of my director, Ms. Leslie Richer. And really at this point in time, I just wanted to give a message of congratulations and solidarity with all the media women who have attended this conference. Because today we are gathered in this virtual space because of COVID-19, obviously, as African women in the media and the communication sector after 2 days of discussions. It is great that we are continuing with this noble work of producing and disseminating content that informs, educates, and in some cases, entertains. Now, the narrative around Africa is changing, and we as women in the media are at the center of that change. The past 2 days have pointed to the great work that we are doing. Our pens, our keyboards, and our microphones are at the center of that change. We are chipping away at the stereotypes about ourselves and sometimes taking a sledgehammer to them. We are awakening the world to the might and potential of this great continent. We are telling with pride the stories of our forebears and of the present generations. We are unearthing an Africa that the rest of the world still seems eager to continue to see as backward. We are creating and sharing knowledge about ourselves as media women and also about the communities in which we live. We are uplifting other women whose contributions to society would otherwise have remained hidden. We are in print, on radio, on TV, and online. We are adopting and using new technologies to enhance our work and create and increase our reach. We are ideating, we are creating, and we are co-creating rich and diversified content. We are identifying gaps in development agendas and seeking solutions. We are challenging each other to do better. We are learning, relearning, and sharpening our skills. We are resilient and passionate about our jobs. We are telling more and more of our own stories ourselves, no longer waiting for copy to arrive from lands far away. And this we are doing in spite of the many challenges. And Yemisi there highlighted some of the challenges that women journalists continue to encounter as they do their work. In one of the panel discussions that I attended on Monday, someone commented that she had benefited from knowing that she was not alone in the issues that challenged her professionally. And this really is the value of initiatives such as this. And as the African Union, we are really happy to be partnering with AWIM and to have sponsored these media awards. As Leslie mentioned on Monday, the African Union has partnered with AWIM to see how we can advance the narratives of African women and also how we can enhance the already great role that women journalists play in defining and retelling the African narrative. This is because media are central to the achievement of the goals of Agenda 2063, which is Africa's 50-year development framework. Our focus on women in the media is not a coincidence. Women, after all, make up half the world. Women journalists tell the stories of women in society and the economy. They uplift and give visibility to other women, and they point to the gaps in policy and policy implementation. This goal of supporting women is very much aligned with the African Union strategy on gender equality and empowerment, the Constitutive Act of the African Union, and the African Women's Decade on financial inclusion and economic empowerment, among others. And I believe that this year we had a record number of subscribers. I'm sure Yemisi will address you on that later on, but we would like to believe that this is an indication that our partnership with AWIM is certainly doing right. So congratulations again to everyone who has attended this workshop. We continue to look forward to your participation in future endeavors. I think it would not be proper for me not to mention that the women journalists themselves face many challenges, both as professionals and as family members. The newsroom is still very much male-dominated. We heard research outcomes that indicated to this fact. Women journalists need to be given equal opportunities and recognition. And at the same time, as media women, we must also continue to shine the torch in dark spaces. And some of those spaces are where we work, in our very own newsrooms, as I have mentioned before. But finally, let me congratulate the winners of this year's Agenda 2063 African Women in Media Awards. The African Union is really happy to have funded these awards. And really, I wish you all a very successful end to this conference, because I understand that there will still be some panels holding after this ceremony. Perhaps at this point, let me hand it back to you, Mercy, and to Yemisi, just to guide us on how we are going to do the Media Award ceremony. I see my colleague Jamal is online, but perhaps it might be best if Yemisi were to guide us on how to proceed from here. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. Dr. Yemisi?
Thank you very much, Wayne, for those remarks. I am just bringing up the agenda now so that we can get this started. So just bear with me one moment, please. All right, so thank you very much, Wayne Musabayana, for those opening remarks regarding the awards, which is in partnership with the African Union and AWIM to support 5 categories. And each of those categories will be awarded $3,500 to produce the stories that they pitched. So the awards today will be presented by Faith Adiambo and Gamal Eldin Ahmed from the African Union. There are 5 categories. We will start by introducing each category and then hand over to our colleagues, Faith and Gamal, who will then present the winners for those categories. Okay, so in the first category, we have women in trade, financial inclusion as a tool to boost intra-Africa trade. And here to present the award is Faith Adiambo. Faith, over to you.
Thank you very much, Yemisi, and good morning, everybody. All protocols observed. And as Yemisi has said, and Madam Wynne has said in her speech, we are very happy to be sponsoring this category, and we've been at it for the last 3 years, and we're really happy that we'll be continuing this category as we go over the years to be able to promote women within the media. For this category this is very interesting for me, because the first pitch zone we did in 2019, she actually applied to be one of the people to be selected for the pitch zone. She did not make it, but I'm glad to see her tenacity, and I would like to introduce our new winner for the Women in Trade. She's called Sheila Pony. She's from South Sudan, and her story ideally will cover how women in are doing cross-border trade within the border in South Sudan, and further increasing our market share for the women, as well as improving the trade for women as well, and including competitiveness. So Sheila, I'm glad that we've come to this, and you're able to do this amazing story. Over to you, Yemisi, or Sheila.
Sheila, congratulations on your award. You have the mic, so you're welcome to give your acceptance remarks. Over to you, Sheila. Sheila, are you able to speak?
I think she has gone off the call, her network.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations, Sheila. Very well done on your win of the category on women in trade, financial inclusion as a tool to boost intra-Africa trade. And this category is focused on stories about formal and informal service suppliers, with particular attention to micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises in which women actively participate, adding impetus to the Agenda 2063 goals of gender equality and women empowerment. So a huge congratulations to Sheila, who is a freelance journalist at Voice of America and a communications professional working in video, radio, print, and online news production. And she says that she has a passion for creating positive social change through journalism. So well done to you, Sheila. We'll see whether your mic comes on later so you can still give your acceptance remarks. Thank you, Faith, for that. The second category today is boosting Africa's cultural and creative industries and their contribution to the economy, which is the theme of the year for 2021. And here to talk to us about that category and to give the award is Gamal Hamed. Gamal, are you with us?
Yemisi.
Yes, Win.
Jamal he's online, but he has a bit of a sore throat.
Okay.
So I think you can proceed with it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, so sorry to hear that, Gamal. So this category is focused on stories that recognize the potential for the cultural and creative industries to promote unity in society, as well as hasten the process of restructuring and growing economies through the creative industry. So, and it is with pleasure that I announce that the winner of this category is Natasha Rampasad. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong there. Natasha is an activist and practical academic offering creative insights into how everyday actions can change the gender narrative. Natasha is also the director of JD Legacy Projects, an organization that aims to address gender inequality and inclusivity. Natasha, are you there to give your acceptance remarks?
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Madam Chair, and to Arvim and the judging panelists. I am so honored, and I'm really shocked that people felt that my story would have impact. If I could just speak just shortly about it, I would like to pursue a project on gender equality for early childhood development. And I think that this is the lever to change the way that people think. Often people get gendered messages from the time that they are young and only addressed in the workplace. And by then I feel it's too late. So I am so honored, and I just like to thank everybody, and to also just thank the organizers for allowing me to be part of this process. I really appreciate the award.
Fantastic. Great to hear from you, Natasha, and congratulations once again. You're doing amazing work. And so we'll move on to the next category, which is Africa's digital transformation strategy, how the digital economy can help accelerate the achievements for the Africa that we want. This category focuses on stories that recognize the efforts in the continent to prioritize and accelerate digital transformation and build on the vision of many African countries to reap the benefits of the fourth industrial revolution. And so, Faith, I'm going to invite you, Faith Adiambo, to present the next award to the winner. Faith, are you with us? Okay, and when perhaps you can take this award.
All right, just tell me which one it is again.
So this is the Africa's Digital Transformation Strategy.
Okay. All right, I have it right in front of me. And all right, so it is the African Digital Transformation Strategy. And I'm not quite seeing the name of the winner, Yemisi.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm not quite seeing the winner, but I can talk to what the award is about, and then perhaps you can then announce the winner.
Absolutely.
So it is about how the fourth industrial revolution is powering the continent's transformation. And the write-up on it is that human development has gone through three distinct phases. The first industrial revolution, 1IR, saw people harnessing water and steam power to mass produce goods through mechanization. Then there was the second industrial revolution, the third, and now we are on the fourth IR. So the issue really is to see how that fourth industrial revolution is powering the transformation of the continent. So Yemisi, I'll hand over to you to announce the winner of that category.
Thank you very much, Wynne, for that. So I'm pleased to announce that the winner of this category on Africa's Digital Transformation Strategy is Elizabeth Angira. Elizabeth Angira is a multimedia journalist, award-winning African journalist on gender equality, and she's based in Nairobi, Kenya. Elizabeth, are you with us? You're welcome to take the floor and to give your acceptance remarks. Do we have Elizabeth here? I can see Elizabeth is on the call. Would you please give her access to be able to speak? Elizabeth, I believe you do now have the mic. Elizabeth, you do not have the mic. Are you able to speak? All right, I think we'll come back to Elizabeth shortly as we move on to the next category. Yes, Elizabeth, there you are. Hi, Elizabeth.
I'm so humbled. I'm good.
Well, congratulations. Hello. Congratulations and well done on your win of this category. And please, you've got a minute. You can give your acceptance remarks.
I'm so humbled. This is my first time. I'm gonna produce a good story. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for submitting your pitch.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
I'm so humbled. Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you so much. All right, so move on to our next category now, and this is the science and technology category. So the category is called Science and Technology, Enhancing Outer Space Science Studies, Activities and Facilities in Africa. I apologize, I've got my children around me. This category is focused on stories that recognize the critical role of science, technology, and innovation, and as universal enablers for addressing poverty and inequalities, diseases, climate change impact, food and nutrition security, digitization, health, disease prevention, environmental conservation, migration and peace and security, for realizing the aspirations of the African citizens and global sustainable development goals. So Wynne, are you able to present this award or should I go ahead?
I think go ahead, I'll take the next one.
Okay, brilliant. So I'm pleased to announce this winner who has been quite an active participant throughout the conference. And so the winner of this category on science and technology is Sarah Mawerere. Sarah Mawerere is a broadcast journalist working at the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation in Kampala, Uganda. And she has worked at UBC for over 10 years as a producer and senior reporter. And her beats include agriculture, science and technology, environment, and conservation. So congratulations to you, Sarah. Are you with us? could we please give Sarah the mic so that she can give her remarks?
Unfortunately, Sarah has dropped from the call.
Okay, all right, no problem, no problem. Well, congratulations to Sarah. I'm sure she'll join us maybe later to give her remarks. I think we have Sheila Pony here, who was the first awardee. Sheila, are you able to speak now to give your acceptance remarks? I can see that you've put on your video, but can you put on your mic so that we can hear you? All right, we'll come back to Sheila again. Hopefully, I really do hope that she'll get the opportunity to give her acceptance remarks. And so we are in the last category, which is improving Africa's public health sector, the lessons from COVID-19 pandemic. And
the phone has disappointed me again. I was given another chance to
no, Sheila, we can hear you, Sheila. Hi, Sheila, you there? We can hear you. You can put your mic on if you want. There you go. We can see you, Sheila. So put on your mic because we can't hear you. So if you just unmute, are we able to unmute from our side? Okay, I think I can. There you go, Sheila, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone online. Hello, Yemisi. It's nice to see you again. The last time I saw you was in 2019. And that was my first time to join. And I pitched indeed. I didn't go through, but I'm so happy that I'm given this chance. I've gone through. And what I can say is I will work on the stories, and I want to see that women are heard and women come out together as African women. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much for those remarks. And yes, indeed, we did meet you for the first time in our conference in Nairobi in 2019. So it's really great to see you win this award. And so we're on the final category now for this year's Pitchstone Awards, and it is on improving Africa's public health sector and the lessons that we've learned from COVID-19. And so, Win, I believe you're going to take this award, tell us about the category and announce the winner. Over to you, Win.
All right, thank you very much, Yemisi. This is actually a subject that is very close to my heart because we've been supporting communications around COVID-19 for the past 2 years. Initially, we thought it would take, a little while, but it seems that it is still with us. And so continued communication on this is absolutely important. And so let me just give you a background to that before I announce the winner. So this winner writes that the advent of COVID-19 in their country has not only weakened the social and economic status of the country, but also has exposed the loopholes that lie in the health sector. This is a common challenge that we hear all the time. And inadequate health facilities coupled with shortages of equipment such as oxygen cylinders saw an increase in a number of people dying during the third wave of the pandemic. So the winner then traces the story of a taxi driver and narrates how that person survived COVID-19. But the winner also says they want to continue to talk about the story of COVID-19 and continue informing and educating on this really critical story. So the winner says, I feel that the story that they're going to do will contribute to the growth of the journalism industry in Africa. And so perhaps let me now just announce the winner because I'm sure they know themselves already. And that is Cindy Sipula, who is a journalist working for the Zambia News and Information Services. Congratulations, Cindy. And if you're online, please give us 1 minute or two in acknowledging your reward. Are you online, Cindy?
Hello.
Hi, Cindy. How are you, Mrishani?
We normally Shani.
Good. Please go ahead with your 1 minute of acknowledgement.
I'm very happy. I'm humbled. I would like to thank Awim for this opportunity. It was my first time attending the conference, and I thought I should just give it a try. But thank God I've been given this opportunity, and I would like to continue working for my country as well as Africa in telling the African stories. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Over to you, Yemisi.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much, everybody. This has been amazing to award these 5 categories. And again, we're very grateful to the African Union for their support. Thank you very much, everybody, for attending. I'll now like to hand over to Mercy to take us through the next sessions and agenda for the rest of the day. As you can see, my daughter is here, not leaving my side for 1 second. So thank you all so much for your active participation. Oh, I see Sarah Mawerere is on the line now. Sarah, would you like to give your acceptance remarks?
Hello. It has been a struggle. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Sarah. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for honoring me. Actually, it has motivated me more. And I am here just saying thank you to our African Union and all the stakeholders. I'm so grateful, and for sure this is going to take me a mile to do this story. Thank you so much. I've been off, and a friend has just sent me a message that, Sarah, congratulations. I was off trying to connect. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Sarah, and to all our winners and to the African Union. Congratulations on all your wins. I'll now hand over to Mercy, who will take us through what's going to happen for the rest of the day. Over to you, Mercy.
Thank you so much, Yemisi, and thank you so much to the African Union, and congratulations to all the winners. We are expecting the stories, and we're expecting that they're going to create a shaker in the various communities that you are in. And Yemisi, I guess that woman sitting beside you, that young lady sitting beside you, is the future African woman in media. Who knows? Who just knows? She's beginning to pick interest now in it. All right. Congratulations, everybody. Please drop what's it called, a round of applause on the chat box. And yes, everybody who won, all the winners, should please put on their videos. Just enable your video only. We need to take a screenshot. We need to document this particular, particular session, this particular time, and keep it. Probably sit it somewhere and and drop it in your sitting room. So that was me. I won an award in I got a grant in 2021 to tell a story. So you can just put on your video, just your video only, all the winners, your videos, as well as the team from the AAU as well. Please enable your video so we can take a screenshot. Okay, let me see. How many people do we have here? Okay. Sarah, I can't see you yet. Can you please enable just your video alone, please? Beautiful, absolutely. Okay, so Joy, can you help us with the screenshot? I'm not sure I can.
Sorry, before we take the screenshots, let me just call on Jamal. Please, Jamal, switch on your camera so we can see you. And Faith, please switch on your camera as well so that we can see you. All right, I think we can go ahead.
I think we should do something, either something, I don't know, just so people know we're taking a picture. We don't want to look like a big, you don't look like a photograph, like.
Good morning, good morning.
Are we good?
We are good.
So I can't take the screenshot from here. Probably Joy might want to help us take the screenshot. If you don't, let us know so we can move on, please.
I've done it.
Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, everybody. Wonderful. Thank you. So you can, thank you. Just disable your video so people's bandwidth people whose bandwidths are not that strong will still continue with the conversation. So we are moving on to the next item on the agenda, which is the breakout session. Powerful session, I must say. It's going to be 3 different rooms. Yeah, it's going to be 3 different rooms according to the schedule that I'm taking a look at here. So we're going to be taking a look at media and technology. Absolutely interesting. Where we'll be dealing with the goings on in the media today and how much technology is changing the media landscape in Africa, from digitization to all the technological trends. And the panel will dive into what impact this is having in the media industry and how journalists can leverage it. We know what is happening around now. Let's take a look at media and the environment, climate change, global warming, and all the big grammars around the environment. I mean, this is something that we have to take very important. So if that's what you're very interested in, please do take a look at that. Okay, I think that will be the first breakout session for the day. And after that, we'll take a look at, of course, conference reflections and networking, where you get to meet people. Just to recap, then later, we're going to take a look at media, changing the narrative on violence against women and girls, leadership and diversity in media, building communities, and so on and so forth. It is amazing. So I think the emails, the link that will lead you to these various sessions have been sent to your emails. Please click on them. And they're also being dropped right now as I speak on the chat box. So click on the chat box and click on the link and to take you directly to the room that you want to belong to. If you have any issues at all, please click on the link again in the email. Just go back to the link in the email and it will lead you directly to the place. Or just come to Mover and drop a message to the AWIM team. I'll be sure to link you in the right direction. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, let's click on our links and so it will take us to the various rooms that we should go into.
Thank you so much, Mercy, and thank you to everybody who attended this award ceremony today. We look forward to seeing you throughout the day. Right now we're going on a break, and then the next 2 sessions will start in an hour. So that's 11 till 1 p.m. Central Africa time. Thank you, everybody, and good morning.